The union representing thousands of TTC workers says its members have voted in favor of a strike mandate.
So joining us live now with more, this is ATU Local 113 President Marvin Alfred. Marvin, good to talk to you this morning here. So give us a sense here. You've got a strike mandate that you're taking to the bargaining table now. What are these talks looking like at this point?
Unfortunately, we're not getting enough movement in key areas of job security and protecting our members' rights. Our members have waited a long time in order to have these rights restored to us, the ability to strike, and we're not going to waste it.
So how long have these negotiations been going on now, Marvin? And what exactly, I guess, are the key sticking points?
Wages, job security, protecting against contracting out, protecting against cross-boundary. There are a number of issues that are protecting and threatening transit in Toronto. We want to make sure that transit in Toronto is going to be provided long-term and protecting transit workers' rights and actually transit riders' ability to have reliable transit.
Marvin, could you give us a sense of everybody involved in this local? Because, you know, we just had that incident where we sort of looked like we averted a strike about a week and a half ago. This was, of course, with another local union. But your group here, this could have a real impact on effectively people getting around the city of Toronto, couldn't it?
Well, our members are they're frustrated. We've been dealing with this for so long. We've had our right to strike taken away since 2011, and the TTC and the city and the province have exploited that opportunity to not have us be able to remove our labor as a mechanism of part of the bargaining process. And now here we are. Our members have voted 98% in favor of striking. That's a signal to everybody that they need to bring resources to the table in order to avert a strike.
And so is there a timeline here, Marvin, as to when you're looking for when this job action could possibly happen?
Well, with this mandate, we now have the ability to bring this to the bargaining table to let them know that our members are prepared to do what it takes in order to get that fair deal. We will have a conciliator involved, and hopefully there is some movement. If not, we'll apply for a no board report, and 17 days later, we'll be in a legal position to take strike action.
What do you hope will be accomplished then, Marvin, by going to the table with this strike mandate? How much more pressure do you feel this is going to add, or how much more do you think this is going to help your case here?
We're going to need the TTC to wake up. We're going to need them to bargain with the opportunity to be able to resolve things rather than just kicking it down the road. This is a problem that 98% of the workers feel as though that they need to strike to remove their labor in order to get a fair deal, and the TTC needs to wake up. If not, a strike is going to happen.
And Marvin, back to Nick's question about who is involved here. I mean, we know the TTC is an essential service, and not all of the workers can walk off the job and go on strike. So what kind of personnel are we talking about here?
Well, we're transit workers, we're maintenance workers, we're operators, we're a number of people that work with the infrastructure and providing transit service. So if we do the full withdrawal of service, the service will not be available to the public.
It's a pretty drastic step to take. I understand, of course, the way the negotiations are going here. How much are you hoping that this doesn't get to that point then, Marvin?
We're hopeful that a strike is being averted, but again, we're prepared to do what it takes in order to fight for that fair deal. 98% of our members have signaled that they're willing to do what it takes to get that fair deal. The issue is not transit workers with the right to strike. The issue is the TTC and the city being prepared to bring the resources to avert a strike.
And when these types of, I guess, let's call it a threat, Marvin, because they're threatening to take this to the bargaining table and strike if you have to, is it typically effective, do you find, in terms of getting a deal done faster?
Well, we have not had the ability to strike for a number of contract bargaining rounds, and we went to interest arbitration, which then undermined our ability to fight for the value of what our work is. Now that we have this right restored, now we have the ability to use it, and we're prepared to do it. We've been preparing for a very long time. Our members are geared up in order to do what it takes. We've already had the ability to get the resources necessary to facilitate the strike, and we're waiting for the TTC in order to do their part to avert it.
And what is the sort of approximate gap in terms of the wage gap you're dealing with in terms of what you want versus what the TTC appears to be offering right now?
Well, we know the value of our work. We've opened up with a fair number in order to obtain our members' value. The TTC came back with a minuscule offer for our wages. We see what they're trying to do with other people as comparators. We are in Toronto. We know what the cost of living is. We know what the rate of inflation has done. We know that the TTC has taken and exploited that, and we want our members to be able to get the value of their work. It's expensive to be here, but unfortunately, we were declared transit heroes. We were declared throughout the pandemic heroes to get everybody to their place of work, place of worship, being able to go to the grocery store and take care of themselves. And now here we are. When it comes to compensate us, they seem to have forgotten who and what we are throughout the city.
All right, we'll have to wait and see how this one unfolds. ATU Local 113 President Marvin Alfred, thanks so much for making time for us this morning.
Thanks, Marvin.
Thank you. Have a good morning.